run this report, take all the cancelled dealer and tell the client, please reverse all the GST credits. Yes, as long as or tell the client there is problem with these claims because their status is cancelled. And a central code and very important information, sir. E-invoice status. Sir, how many of you know when your vendor is a e-invoice vendor and if he gives you a regular invoice, you are not eligible for the credit? Yes. Only 5 or 6 knows. I'll again repeat, sir, if a vendor is a e-invoice registered vendor, unfortunately he could not, for any reason for the matter concerned, he could not able to give you a e-invoice with a proper IRN number. The credit cannot be taken, sir. Today we are speaking about ITC issues in 2017-18 to 2021 or 22. In 3 years later we are going to speak 2023 e-invoicing issue, sir. So I have captured whether an item is a e-invoice vendor or not. Type of business. Sir, will this be helpful, sir? This particular field, type of business. What kind of business location it is? At the time of registration, the question will be asked. Whether it is a retail, manufacturing, everything. Now, in fake invoices case, most likely a goods invoice or a person dealing with goods will issue a service invoice. Or person says it is a service business, he will issue a goods invoice. So with this you can be able to find out to the extent possible whether what kind of dealer he is. So this is the information available from that. And also any additional addresses given by the client is also taken here. So you can find a e-invoice is being properly made to the registered person address or not with a small API call. So to explain the code further, sir, this is also being shared, sir. You can run and see. I'll give you 10 minutes time to run these 2 codes, see whether it's working in your laptop or not. When you see this, the above or the library is being imported, only this particular piece of 4 lines is the actual API call. All others, the output of this API call has been read and converted back into Excel. For that item, all these balance lines are written. You can very well, sir, if you sit with this pandas, after you spending 5 hours, you will know what was the reason behind all these rows. All are writing some information in that Excel file. You can read. It says cell row 101 and column 1. Row 101 is basically 1. Row 1 and column 1 it says STJCD. So this is the header which is written. Yes, sir. Yeah, you have to paste it. Then there is a run button above this. Here you have a run button. Yes. So this is the run button. You need to click and run this, sir. Sir, any questions, sir? With this I'm completing. So this is a small example how a Python can be used for GST forensics. This code is given. It's running in my API call until I have some credits limit. You can run this, try with this, see whether it's creating a Excel file. Also, when you run this, sir, very important point, when you run this, I forgot to give you, now I can able to recollect. You need a small file in that administrator page. The file named is sample.xls, sample.xls in user page, and all this file only will get executed. It will create a new file, and unfortunately I think I did not given this file. I will give you 5 minutes break, sir. You can try both these queries, the tally one as well as this one. Tally will also create, it does not require any file. This particular item requires a file called sample.xls to be saved in that folder, that is user root folder. Inside user you will have the username inside that particular place. For example, in my case, I have a folder called user called admin, C users admin. Here I put the sample file, sample.xls. Sample.xls has a GST number like this. So I'll give you 10 minutes time, sir. You can work it on and let me know. With this, I'm going to complete GST forensics and this introduction to Python. Any questions you have, I'm ready to take, sir, in the break. So I'll give you 10 minutes to run these 2 scripts in Jupyter Notebook. hand mic.
Hand mic.
Yes.
Madam,
will be done. Current the last Sir, any questions you have, I'm ready to take it, sir. 10, 5 minutes. Sir, yeah, to answer the question, there is a suggestion. If I have a small YouTube video for every aspect being covered, it will be of great help. Correct, sir? Sir, actually, somebody told me this last month, and I created a YouTube channel called Tech CA. Okay, and within a span of next 5 minutes, I got 45 ideas. Yes, 45 ideas. All weird ideas, sir. Not available in YouTube. This SQL queries in Tally is not available in YouTube. No content. So whatever content today I made is all proprietary content. Yes, sir. Sample. You have to save it in C users and whatever user you are in. In my case, it is admin. In that particular folder, you have to say sample.xlsx. And first cell itself, you can put 2, 3 GH numbers. So I have 45 ideas. Very soon, within a span of 1 month, certainly I'll share you the group, my YouTube page. You can have at least 4 or 5 videos on relating to how to connect Tally to Excel on those aspects. Yes, madam. Oh yeah, I cannot get it. Take underscore CA. Take CA. Take CA. Take space CA. Still I don't leave. I created 1 month back. Certainly there are a lot of videos coming. Take CA. I'm the only one before even putting a video on vertical. This API call takes 10 paise, sir. But I don't mind this. Why I'm telling this, 500 rupees loaded. You all can do 10 API calls at least. The money will not go for. But point is, this 5 or 6 whatever I've done, what my plan is for this year, when the client comes, if I find risky, because their vendors are not really good, I'm going to charge the client like 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees for this additional forensics work I'm going to do. Okay, I'm just telling the smaller clients. A larger clients, I'm going to charge at least 20,000 rupees for this. This year, I'll do a due diligence on all your vendors, just to save the client from the litigation. It's given in the Google Sheet link, sir. And now it will work, sir, until I have the 500 credits or 5,000 API calls I can make. Yes, to my account, that authentication bearer code you have to change after logging into the site. And also, sir, very important point, there are other API calls. I'll also tell you one more case scenario, sir. I got a demand of 10 lakhs for a client, same 2A not credit not available. How many of you are aware of there is a circular called 183 CGST Act dated 26th of December 2022? Yes, there are 2-3, sir. So where chartered accountant certificate, there are 4 conditions given where the GSTR 1 is not properly filed by the vendor or one is filed disclosed in B2C. There are other 2 more cases being covered where you can submit some documentation. In some case, a supplier certificate when the value of tax is 5 lakhs. More than 5 lakhs, you need a chartered accountant certificate. In respect of supplier per financial year. But unfortunately, you know, sir, all of this data is given. It is crossing 10 lakhs. Only one client, in my case, 9 lakhs. Everything is given, but the officer is not convinced because he is claiming, sir, this is the first time. I'm slightly worried for you to pass an order without a demand, that is dropping the demand. She told me this. And she has raised me a question, how do I know, sir, in that case I have proof of e-way bill. So I given the copy of the e-way bill. She is asking, sir, how do I get it proved the e-way bill is valid or not? So if you go to this Finamex site, there is a place where you can log into the client's portal getting a OTP through the API call and put a e-way bill number and get it validated. From the GST site you can get a validation on giving the data, on authenticating it, a particular e-way bill is valid. So in my case there are 8 e-way bills for the material movement of 40 crores or 40 lakhs. I given the e-way bill telling that it is a valid e-way bill, it never got cancelled. Just to prove the e-way bill never got cancelled, this API call worked in my case, and order is dropped. The demand is dropped. Copy of the order yet to get. Yesterday I went and she is not available. Anytime soon, next week I will get. So not only the circular 183 they are accepting, further the department is going beyond and asking super technical reasons. Ask me to prove whether a e-way bill is valid or not, or it is not cancelled. Yes, sir. In the same folder, you will have file called GST filing status, Excel file, just above the sample. Sir? Not sure, sir. Maybe I'll clarify you in the WhatsApp group, sir, tomorrow. Sir, last topic, shall we go on, sir? Yes, got it, sir? Yes, it's working for him, sir.
not SQL. Go to that particular site, get up click on Ramajayam. You have a project called Tally Python.
Sir, anyone aware of a tool which downloads all JSON data from GSA site in a fraction of few seconds? No, without cost. Without cost, free. Yes. There is a site called portal.octagst.com, sir. Please note it, sir. Portal.octagst.com. Thank you. Again, there is a bandwidth issue, sir. Sir, here in this portal you can log in, put your client's username and password. It will download all 2B in a fraction of few seconds for the whole year. Or 2A or 1, 3B, any JSON for the matter concerned, it will download in a fraction of few seconds. Few things will get generated. Later, after 5 minutes, you log in, it will do. But unfortunately, I have a bandwidth issue here and I could not be able to do this. No, because the institute site, sir, 100 MB is being shared to 100 members now.
No, we are not allowed getting. It is already closed.
Okay.
Sir, after Tally Python integration,
Huh.
opening Tally Python integration, where is the copy the code?
To the Jupyter notebook.
From where should I copy the code?
From the GitHub, sir. Connection script. There is a file for connection. It's already given in this one also, sir. Your Google Drive also.
To what extent that GST login credentials are synced with them?
Sir, I'm not sure, sir. See, in my case, the GST-auditor.in, that was designed to given to SIRC, sir. Last 4 DAB meetings, SIRC decided to take the code and host it in their site. Unfortunately, nothing is taken up. I think Karthik Olagapan also, sir also knows it. The institute will offer to take the GST-auditor.in, give us a tool. Likewise, since there is no data captured behind, only a counter is running, how many invoices being captured. But this guy's portal Octa and all, I'm not sure what kind of data they will take, sir. certainly they will have access to all your proprietary transactional data, whatever you do to them. But there is a small automation tool through which they can able to give you. That is what I think. So let's move on to the last discussion, sir. Sir, how many of you were having a knowledge in Excel macros? Another 10 minutes, sir, we will finish this. Yes, there's a good amount of people, sir. Sir, so far, the Excel automation is a very basics of tool to automate. So I'm going to quickly introduce to the other members how Excel macro works. And there are one script I have given. I guess if not, I will share you by the name module1.bash. If at all available in the Google Drive, I'll share you what it is. Sir, if I send this file to client, this file to the client with so many number of sheets, what is the client will ask you, sir, once the email is made? Generally, we work with multiple sheets in an Excel file and send us an email. What is the question the client will raise us, sir, after seeing the email? Which sheet has to look in first? I could not understand. Very simple solution, sir. Very simple and very professional solution. I have a small button. Can it just get something in my menu bar? Some button is very weird. Any button, sir? No, sir. Report is because the table is opened. Any other, sir? No, sir. There is one button called 3 dots. Can you see? Yes, sir. Tree-like structure. Yeah, it is a macro attached to this sheet. I'm just going to click this, sir. You are going to witness what is going to happen. Before every file has been sent from my office, if it has multiple sheets, this button has been clicked from my office. I'll quickly show you what this do. I'm going to click it now. It is asking me enable. Generally gets completed in a fraction of few seconds. I think it's time for my laptop to do a restart. So this button will create an index sheet and give a hyperlink to all the sheets available in this particular file. There's some lag in my system that's taking unusual time. So if this kind of an index is created and sent to the clients, the client will find it, very neat and legible, a professional work. Just, yeah. So it's done, sir. So how does this look like, sir, now? Yeah, a small macro is running to create a sheet called index, then create, if not available, and create a hyperlink to all the sheets available in this particular file. Now you can put a small description here and want to describe each and every sheet, you can describe and send us an email. So just one sheet can change the outlook what clients sees us. So this is possible using a Excel macro, and the Excel macro has been saved as an add-in file and inserted in my laptop. Any laptop in my office, you will have this button. Now, how to do this? I've shown you the output. How to do this macros? Before this, 1 minute I'll take you explain you what is a macro to other members. A macro is otherwise called as Excel VBA, which helps in automating the routine activities you do it in an Excel sheet. If you are going to send an email, if you are going to consolidate multiple sheets, you are going to consolidate multiple files, you are going to actively download a email Excel file, do a lot of pivotings and other table works routinely on a daily basis. Any MA is being prepared, sent to the client. All these Excel related activities can be written by the way of Excel macro. How to write this macro? You have to right click to first you have to save the file. You have to go to file, click on save as, click on this PC, And the file type you have to save as, can you please help me out, what type? What types sir I have to do? Excel macro enabled workbook. Sir, if you were using this before 2015, I would have suggested you to save Excel macro enabled, sir. Excel macro enabled will have a biggest trouble. It will not go through a email. Email will get blocked. Gmails will block this file. You have to always save this file as a binary enabled workbook. XLSB. In binary enabled workbook, the macro will get saved and the sheet will be more secure. It will not be get blocked by email. And very, very important, whenever you are working on a large set of data where Excel is taking a lot of time to multiply, calculate, let's assume the file size is 10 MB. When you save this file as a binary enabled, file size will reduce to 5 MB. A 50% or a 60% reduction is straightly possible. Large files, you can use this binary enabled format. It will look like a regular file, no macros, nothing. Even without a macro also, you can use this binary file. If your system is bad, slow, dead slow, still is not doing a very basic calculations, you can use this binary enabled format. Now, I am doing this, saving this in the binary enabled format. This data, and right click, go to view code. Go to view code. I'll end up at a code editor like this. I think the morning session, Mr. Narasimhan was telling you this. You can click on insert, click on module. Insert, click on module. Sir, here you need to write code, sir. Here you need to write codes. I'm not going to teach much codes. I'm going to write only 3 lines. 3 lines. The code to create this index is already given. There is something called module 11.bash. You can go to right click on this module. You can do to import file, and you can import this module. The index will come. But general macro introduction, I'm going to ask you to write only 2 lines, sir. Any sample sheet I've made saved as binary enabled workbook. Please see the screen, sir. I've inserted a module. Clicked on module. I'm going to put a magnifier now. I'm going to type here sub. I'm typing sub, sir. Demo macro. No space, nothing. Just a type the sub and put a macro name. I'm going to press enter. Yes. So the open bracket and close bracket automatically enclosed by the system, and the end sub is automatically enclosed by the system. In Excel macros, you need to write codes only here. You need to write codes only here. If you write after end sum, it will not work. If you write above the sub, it will not work. Any codes you want to execute, you have to write in between sub and the end sub. I'm going to write a very simple code, sir. A message box saying hello from faculty development program. So this is the code I've written. A message box and hello from faculty development program. I'll magnify, reduce this. Click on this macro. I'm going to run. See what has happened, sir. A simple message box, sir. A simple message box. Sir, you can think what this message box can do. You can think what this message box can do. Just see this. Just see this sheet. I'm going to share the ledger data. Now, all these sheets are critical, sir. Do you want your interns to change this when they're accessing? Most likely they will change this. We would have experienced, we save some data. After 1 year, we go and open the data, there will be some kind of new format will come. Somebody would have opened in the middle, changed something. Simple. For example, this is clause 44 reporting. You don't want your intern to disturb this particular sheet. You can send a message box every time the sheet is opened. Are you getting my point, sir? Every time sheet is opened. So I'm going to say, again I'm going to right click here, go to view code. It's already there, hidden. Inside module 1, if I double click, I've written my macro. Correct, sir? Simple, sir. I'm going to copy this message box.